The Ruined Maid by Thomas Hardy, 1840 to 1928. O Melia, my dear, this does everything crown. Who could have supposed I should meet you in town? And whence such fair garments, such prosperity? Oh, didn't you know I've been ruined? Said she. You left us in tatters, without shoes or socks, tired of digging potatoes or spudding up docks. And now you've gay bracelets and bright feathers 3. Yes, that's how we dress when we're ruined, said she. At home in the barton you said thee and thou, and thikoon, theäs, and t'other, but now you're talking quite fitsy for high company. Some polish is gained with one's ruin, said she. Your hands were like paws then, your face blue and bleak, but now I'm bewitched by your delicate cheek, and your little gloves fit as on any lady. We never do work when we're ruined, said she. You used to call home life a hag-ridden dream, and you'd sigh and you'd sock, but at present you seem to know not of megrims or melancholy. True, one's pretty lively when ruined, said she. I wish I had feathers, a fine sweeping gown, and a delicate face, and could strut about town. My dear, a raw country girl such as you be cannot quite expect that. You ain't ruined, said she. Okay, this is a poem by Thomas Hardy. This is one of his early poems, and he's being very critical about Victorian society. He's talking about the double standards for men and women, and how if a woman has sex outside marriage, she is ruined. Yeah, this is a heinous sin. Whereas for men, this was something, well, this just happened. Yeah. So a ruined maid. Yeah, very little chance of marriage. Yeah, she's no longer a virgin. Okay. So what's this about? Well, the poem has a meeting between this ruined maid, and I think the ruined maid's name is Melia. And I think Melia meets someone she knows or somebody she knew in her youth. And they know quite each other quite well. And this poem, it's a satire. It's being sarcastic and joking and showing up the ironies of Victorian standards. So, O Melia, my dear, this does everything crown. Who could have supposed I should meet you in town? So I think somebody comes up to Melia and says, wow, that's amazing, this crowns everything, that's the best thing. Who could have supposed, who could have imagined that I would meet you in town? And whence such fair garments, such prosperity? So whence, from where? Garments, clothes. So where did your lovely clothes come from? And you look so prosperous. And Melia says, oh, didn't you know I've been ruined, said she. So, yeah, society knows that she's had sex outside marriage. But here there's an irony, because now she appears to be rich and with fine clothes, and this old friend, or this ex-friend, I think probably not a friend anymore, is very surprised. You left us in tatters, without shoes or socks. So now this person is saying to Melia, you left us in broken clothes. You didn't have shoes. You didn't have socks. Tired of digging potatoes and spudding up docks. So you were tired of always digging up potatoes and spudding up, digging up docks, dock leaves. This is a plant that's quite invasive. Yeah, so tired of digging potatoes and weeding. And now you've gay bracelets and bright feathers 3. So now you've got beautiful bracelets and 3 bright feathers. Yes, that's how we dressed when we're ruined, said she. So she is Melia. So the question really is, where does the money come from? Well, I think now that Melia has been ruined, either she's a high-class prostitute or she's somebody's mistress. Yeah, somebody's mistress. This is somebody who is looked after by a rich man. Yeah, his lover. Yeah, and it was perfectly acceptable for a man to have a mistress, and this was normal. But for a woman to be a mistress, this was terrible. So there's a lot of irony here, because now that she's effectively for sale, she's now very rich, while the other one, who supposes that she's quite high class and quite important, clearly doesn't have money like that. At home in the barton you said thee and thou, and thik and theäs and t'other, but now you're talking quite fitsy for high company. Okay, so at home in the barton, when you were on the farm, so I think they knew each other in the countryside, you used to say thee and thou, which is very old-fashioned, not modern. And thik, this one, and theäs, these ones, and t'other, the other. So this is with a very thick country accent. But now you're talking quite fitsy for high company. So now that the way you talk is quite suitable for high company, for to be high class, to be a high class person. And I quite like his use of e here, because this isn't really a proper way to talk. Fits you. You're talking quite fits you for high company. But this is a very country way. So the friend that has met Melia isn't actually as high class as Melia is now. Some polish is gained with one's ruin, said she. So here we have the irony. When one has been ruined, when one's somebody's mistress, then you learn to talk better. Yeah, you spend time with important people and high-class people. Your hands were like paws then, your face blue and bleak, but now I'm bewitched by your delicate cheek. So the friend says, your hands were like the paws of an animal, and your face was all blue and bleak, dark, without hope. But now I'm bewitched, I'm enchanced by your delicate cheek. So now your complexion, the way you look, is very delicate and that of a lady. And your little gloves fit as on any lady. So, and you're wearing gloves on your hands, yeah, and you've now got gloves on your hands, where in the past you used to have hands like paws. We never do work when we're ruined, said she. So Melia says, well, now I'm a kept woman, or I'm a prostitute. I have money and I never have to work. You used to call home life a hag-ridden dream. So you used to say that living in the home was a nightmare that was full of hags, ugly old ladies. So you used to call life a nightmare, and you'd sigh, and you'd sock, you'd complain. But at present you seem to know not of megrims or melancholy. So in the past you were sighing and complaining, but now you don't seem to have headaches, megrims, or be depressed. True, one's pretty lively when ruined, said she. So life is much more interesting now that I'm ruined. So here again, it's this contrast. So being ruined is a terrible thing as seen by society, but actually she has a much better life. I wish I had feathers, a fine sweeping gown, and a delicate face, and could strut about town. So this is the friend saying, I wish I had feathers like you, and a beautiful dress, and a smooth face, and I could strut, could walk importantly about town. And then Melia says, my dear, a raw country girl such as you be, you cannot quite expect that. You ain't ruined, said she. So Melia says to this woman, a raw, an unrefined country girl like you can't expect fine feathers and a beautiful gown. Yeah, you may be morally pure according to society, but you can't expect to have these things because you ain't ruined, said she. So I like this use of ain't because this is bad English, and it clearly says that her life is a lot better, but still at heart she's an old country girl. Okay, so this is a lovely satire by Thomas Hardy. He's standing up for women and saying that these double standards for men and women are completely unfair. And he's speaking out as a voice for women at a time when women weren't listened to. So enough. The Ruined Maid by Thomas Hardy. If you enjoyed the video, give it a rating, subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you soon. Bye for now. The Ruined Maid by Thomas Hardy.